In this video, we'll be exploring a number of options that will save you hundreds, if not more, when you first arrive to Australia. Hey guys, I'm Shri, and the purpose of this YouTube channel is to explore on productivity, frugality, and long-term investment. If these are values that resonate with you, then do give my channel a subscribe, as I plan to build a community of students who are eager to reach the best potential in their life. Now, to start off, when you first arrive to Australia, you will inevitably be using a plethora of facilities. And the advantage with that is sign-up bonuses. The useful thing about sign-up bonuses, you'd be earning $10 to $30 cash back every time you sign up and use that application for the first time. So if you're keen to use this to your advantage, check the description and click on my referral link, which will be beneficial for me and for you. The first segment in this video will help you understand about the accommodation environment in Australia. In Australia, there are mainly three types of accommodations. The first one will be your student accommodation. The second one will be flatmates or shared accommodations. And the third will be real estate accommodations. Now, for students, the most expensive one would be your student accommodation, because based on the space and the size that you get, you're essentially paying a lot of money. However, you will have a diverse experience over here, meeting people from all around the world. And the best part, it's like a mini city filled of students who are passionate to grow and learn together. So if you're keen to have an experience like this, check out my referral link on Amber, which will provide you discounts and will be beneficial for me as well. The second is Flatmates. I've personally used Flatmates for a long period of time. The advantages of Flatmates is that it provides you great and immediate resources to find people who can rent your place, or you can find an accommodation for a short period of time. It has been highly useful when you purchase the plans, because without the plans, you will be having a 7-day delay when your messages reach to the recipient. The last option is real estate. Now, if you've been here for about a year or more and you've found your mates and you want to settle down, then definitely go for this option. The reason is it has lesser money that's being paid if you find the right accommodation. You'll have your own room, which is having a bigger size. And the best part is you will have a legal document that will provide you some credibility as you stay in Australia. However, one of the challenges with real estate accommodation is it can be a bit more competitive based on which state and which city you're belonging to. And it's also important that you have a good bank statement and some form of identification that the real estate agent can provide you the property with some leverage. My tips on frugality with accommodation is to always go with a real estate accommodation. It is a no-brainer, and even if you have an unfurnished room, try using Facebook Marketplace. It was a surprise for me to see how effective and how useful Facebook Marketplace can be. So definitely give it a try. With that being said, there is also a word of caution. Try not to pay anyone any amount of money in advance, as you can get scammed, and it is highly likely that I've heard a lot of my mates getting scammed. My tips on productivity in your accommodation. Once you have your accommodation locked in, which might be when you're overseas or when you arrive to Australia, try applying for all of your TFN, which is your tax file number, your ABN, which is your Australian business number, and your proof of age card. Now, these three documents are really useful in terms of proving identity to the government and having a track record of yourself. Last but not least, apply for your unique student number as well, as this will be required when you graduate. The next category is telecommunication. We'll kick this off with a huge frugality tip. The first one is using the right service provider. On screen now you will see a comparison table. Based on this table, you can see one column which says value for money. Rather than paying absurd amount of monthly payments, try buying the 60 GB MySIM unlimited plan. This is highly useful as it lasts for 1 year. You only make a one-time payment, which even if you calculate per month cost, it is much lower than all of these providers. Now let's talk about groceries and other purchases. This is where you're going to have your majority of your purchases. Now the most important tip here is when you make bulk purchases, there's a lot of amount that is being spent. And when you spend a lot of money, it's good to get cash back. And that's where two of these applications will come into play. So let's say I'm purchasing a Google Pixel, which is recording this video from JB Hi-Fi. Now, if it's for $1,900 phone, all I can simply do is go to my cashback app, go to the online store, select Google Pixel, and once I've arrived to checkout, I can click on click and collect, which will be free of charges in most cases. And once I click enter and finish the payment, there will be a percentage, sometimes 3, even 10% of cashback. So 10% would be approximately $100, and that is a great deal. The second frugality tip that I will provide you is in terms of using credit. It is highly useful if you use it in the right way, but there's a lot of chances that you might go in the wrong way. My suggestion is to use it smartly and use it like a debit card. One of the applications is known as Afterpay. Afterpay is really effective because it is a digital card, and rather than waiting for a physical card to arrive from the bank and waiting for all of the identity and application process, you can simply download the app, prove your identity, and once it's done, voila, you're ready to start using with your digital card. Integrating between your Afterpay, your cashback rewards, and your shopback rewards, you will be saving hundreds, if not more amount of money during your first few days in Australia when you're making purchases. Now, in the space of shopping, let's also talk about online payments. You've got Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime is a paid subscription, which you all might be aware of, but being a student is a blessing because you get up to 6 months. That's right, not 30, not 90 days, but 6 months of free Amazon Prime just by clicking the link in my description. All you need to do is go there, prove your age verification, and once you've proved that you're below 25, you can view your Prime videos or use Amazon Prime services. However, there might be some limitations as it's majorly served to the US audience. Now, let's talk about earning money. With all the money spent on your groceries, utensils, and so much more, how about we earn some money? The first tip about productivity is getting your resume ready. I've mentioned in my previous video that it is imperative that you have 2 resumes, one with your core competencies and 2 with in line with casual job skills. Next recommendation with jobs is to ensure that you've printed these resumes and visit the stores and hand it out to managers. Now, most managers will say they don't take physical resumes. That's not an issue. All you need to do is continue the conversation, build a good rapport, and ensure that you ask them for a referral the next time you arrive if there's a job opening. This leaves a better impression, and the manager is more likely to hire someone who shows initiative rather than someone who just appears and tries the normal process of applying online. Now, if you're keen to earn from the comfort of your home, I've got good news for you. I recently started working for an artificial intelligence organization, and they've started hiring for numerous positions. If you have 3 to 5 years of work experience, then you have a good possibility in making the cut to enter Outlier. Outlier's focus is to get subject matter experts in different fields of study. They can be in coding, mechanical engineering, biotechnology, and much more. The focus is to give these people a role to train artificial intelligence bots so that they can be an expert themselves. Now, if you're ready to earn from the comfort of your home, all you need is these documents and ensure that you can prove your expertise, and then you're all set. You will get paid through your PayPal account. So if you haven't opened a PayPal account yet, try using my link and get a discount in the first time when you sign up. Now, let's talk about transportation. In terms of frugality, ensure that you have your student concession enrolled in any of your cards. It can be your Go card or Mikey card, which is in Melbourne or any other states, and try to ensure that you're not paying an adult fare, but rather a concession fare. The other form of transportations are your e-scooter and your taxis. E-scooters are highly useful when you want to get from point A to point B, and you're in a rush and you're running late. These are useful but can be very pricey, so I will recommend you to use them only when strictly required. Taxi rides are great and come convenient when public transports are out, and that's the only time I will suggest you to use them. They can be a bit pricey, but if you're hanging out with your friends and are out late, then you can split the bill and it should be okay even for student budget. The next category is banking and finance. Now, there are no major tips here. However, do download your digital applications. Now, in terms of remitting money overseas, you can always reach out to Money Exchange or any of these exchange offices. However, it does become very less productive and is very time consuming. My suggestion is for you to use applications such as Remitly or Wise. I've personally used Wise for the longest period of time, and it is highly useful as you can send money, receive money, and in fact pay money from your Australian dollars into your home country currency when you arrive to your home. If you're keen to use your saved up money into stocks, then definitely try ComSec. It has been highly useful. I personally used it for a short period of time. I had no complaints, and it's pretty simple and straightforward. Likewise, if you're keen to invest in US stocks, you can do it with your Australian currency savings. All you need to do is download Stake, as it is an option that converts your Australian currency into US and invests it in some of the most biggest S&P 500 stocks. Now, last but not least, let's talk about groceries and food. When I first arrived to Australia, I had a very difficult time trying to understand what to cook and what not. So my recommendation for you is to ensure you try using any of these quick meals, such as noodles or pastas, and try starting from simple recipes. Once you have some good experience cooking quick meals, I will highly recommend you to try batch cooking. Batch cooking is not only productive, but it is also highly frugal. You will be saving not only time, but also money. The most important thing about batch cooking is how you prepare it. Don't batch cook a lot of products. All I will recommend you to do is make one main dish, which is your batch cooked product. Now, your batch cooked meal can be mostly protein related. Try having it such as butter chicken or kidney bean gravy or anything that suits your taste buds. And with that, prepare fresh meals of freshly cooked rice, freshly made rotis, or freshly made bread, and try to pair them together. Now, this is highly effective because your proteins rarely go bad, and the most important fact is for you to ensure you're storing it in the correct manner. The second advantage is frugality in batch cooking. With batch cooking, you're buying bulk purchases, and in any of these grocery stores like Woolies or Coles, when you buy larger quantities, the price drastically reduces. So you're definitely earning two advantages with one good practice. Apart from that, if there are days when you're feeling hungry or tired in a weekend, then definitely use delivery services. My next biggest tip is for you to ensure that you use your student cooperative societies. Now, cooperative societies are found in many of the universities nowadays, and the best advantage is the university union provides you veggies and goods for free of cost. This has been a lifesaver when there are some weeks that I've overspent and trying to get under the budget. The only caveat is some of these food might be close to the expiry date or are expiring on the same day. If you're happy with that, you can try it on some weeks, and most of the other weeks you can try batch cooking and you will save a lot of money. That's it for this video, guys. As I mentioned, the focus of this channel is to provide value for you. So if there's any area that you feel that can be improved or have some criticism, feel free to drop them in the comment box. I'll be more than happy to correct myself. And last but not least, the main focus of the channel is to focus on productivity, frugality, and long-term investments. So if you have any tips and suggestions, please put them in the comments again. Let's make this a win-win relationship platform so that all of us can succeed in our academic ventures as well as not burning a hole in our wallet.